Perfect. Hello everybody, and welcome to another video of my sobriety. Today makes it a week. So happy and also very grateful for you guys, for your support, for everything. So thank you. I also want to thank myself. I pretty much lived a week of emotions, of triggers, of a bunch of stuff that I learned that made me feel like I was not normal. And that's what made me want to use before. I wrote, of course, to keep my mind sane and not go all over the place. I pretty much put some information on how to cope with triggers and to identify my triggers as well. So what's really fun is that I learned about triggers in general, and not just for anybody that's in a substance, but for people that have depression, that have anxiety, that have stress. So pretty much whatever you have in life going on, it's normal to have triggers, because we all have stuff that we don't like. We all have stuff that we do like. We all have stuff that we think that is gonna make us angry, sad, happy, and those are all triggers. There is 3 types of triggers: internal, external, and sensory. Right there, you can kind of figure it out what they mean, but internal is more like, you know, your emotions, when you're sad, when you're angry. Those can be triggers that will make me actually want to use. Like, for example, when I'm feeling sad, so when I see something super emotional, well, I'll want to stop crying and I'll want to stop being sad, so then I would want to go right away use. Not anymore. External triggers, so people, places, things that you can relate to your substance abuse. So pretty much me was when I'm walking in front of the SGDC, when I pass in front of it, well, that would make me have a trigger. Same thing with people, so my friends that use, and sensory, so senses. When you smell things, when you touch things, when you like hear things, you know. So during the week I figured out that mainly my biggest trigger is negativity. Someone that complains and doesn't find a solution for themselves, someone that's like out loud about it, you know, like really, you can feel their energy being very negative around the situation, but not trying to find a solution for themselves. That affects me very greatly. I walk away from those and be like, you there, you. No, because it's important to know when to say things and when to not say things. Because if that is how they deal with their emotions, they want to speak out loud about how angry they are, or they want to just complain, that's fine, that's on them. But I'm more of a person where I will find a solution, and if I can't find a solution, I'll ask for help. Oops. And also my other thing is when I remember when I was a kid, I cry a lot. I live my sadness. Like, I am okay with crying, but when people tell me stop crying, like, it doesn't do anything, and someone interrupts you when you're crying, or anything that makes me make me feel valid about my emotion, well, that will make me want to use. It's making me feel like I'm not okay. Like, why is this person making me feel like my emotion is not right when it should be right, and it should be an emotion for you to be able to live and to continue and to go through. Because then right then you're liberating an emotion that is fine and that's okay. It's the same thing when you're smiling. Smiling is so contagious. It's like you smile and then people will smile. When you cry, people might cry with you, but it's an emotion you have to live, because it's what you are as a human. It's part of who you are. And also remind yourself that triggers are unique to anybody. So everybody that has a trigger, well, that's why it's important to let the other person know that it's okay how they're feeling. It's normal how they're feeling. So for me, when someone tells me it's okay and it's normal, I think I'll just continue living my emotion. But when someone interrupts me or someone tells me stop crying, I think that now I'll know to not go towards those people, because they're not going to be the people that will help me with my trigger. Living with temptation takes willpower, and it's also strength, because if you don't have both of those, it's gonna be hard for you. So living with temptations takes willpower and it takes strength. Because once you know your triggers and once you know what ticks you, well, it's the start of your sober life, and it's the start of you knowing what makes you not be okay. So it makes you have a way, almost like a plan. So like, for example, yesterday, I went to a drag bar and I went with a friend, and I know there was gonna be alcohol. So I told myself, when you get there, you ask for a sober, like a virgin drink. And no matter what the bartender or whatever people think about that, you do not care. You will continue to enjoy your drink, and you will just drink a virgin drink and continue to order a virgin drink. And reminding myself that before going there, there's gonna be people drinking and people using. I will not. And it's almost putting yourself boundaries and telling yourself, this is what I'm gonna do before you arrive. It's almost preparing your brain, your inner saboteur, to not do what you do worst. Making a plan. It's making a plan for you to work. And if it's for working, making a plan to work with your triggers. Like, as I said in my earlier video, addiction there's no cure. There's no cure to addiction. You live with your addiction, but you're not your addiction. So knowing what ticks you and what makes you go towards your addiction will make you actually be able to live with your temptations and to live with what's going on and to accept that those are your little bad triggers. And eventually, those triggers, you'll already know what to do when it arrives on the spot. Like, if I didn't plan myself yesterday to take virgin drinks, I think that I would have probably not even think about it, ordered just a cocktail and just have been like, oh, a screwdriver, you know, vodka orange. And I wouldn't have think about it because people around me are drinking. But reminding myself that I will not do it and not cave in to peer pressure or people looking at me or bartenders being like, are you sure? You know what? I didn't care about it because I wanted something for myself and I wanted something for me, for my well-being and for my own health. And that's it. It takes a lot of commitment. It really does. And, you know, I also figured out that anything can be a trigger because I was alone in my hotel room, as you couldn't see, and I was watching TV, and then I ordered pizza, and I ordered pizza and pop. And that's when I realized this is what I used to eat when I was using. So what am I doing? Like, am I gonna switch my addiction to junk food, sugar? No, I don't want to do that. So by taking care of my own health, I'm going to be joining a group of people that will be motivating each other to stay healthy. I'm starting to also do a routine of workouts. So I'm starting today, and after this video, I'm going to be doing a workout for 30 minutes. It's a 7-day challenge of pretty much getting into the clean lifestyle of eating healthy. When you're going out to eat at restaurants, you're also going to be healthy. So it's really taking care of my brain and my heart and my body, so that when I'm thinking about those things, I have a routine that keeps me away from it. So I really have a separation from my addiction and who I am. And I'm trying to get rid of my addiction as far as I can and putting more of my routine of who I am and what I like about myself more front, so that I think less about why I want to use. It's very about acceptance, and it's very about being okay with your vulnerability and being okay with your emotions and finding the right people that will support you in those moments. Because if you don't have those people around you and you're doing it by yourself, it's not gonna work. Maybe it might work for you, but for something that's been known for no cure and no really anything to help you, it all comes from within. I have to say something, but I totally forgot. I think that's it. So I really want to thank everybody that's been totally honest with me since I started this journey of being honest about my vulnerability, being open to talk to me about their own situations with my own situations and really having a point in common. I think that's what's really important with what I'm doing here, and I'm really happy that I can reach out to people and actually help people as I'm helping myself. And it's also bringing us together. So I just want to say I love you all, and I hope you guys have an amazing, wonderful week. And it's the start of week 2. So I'm super excited. Yay! Bye, everybody.